Fire Emblem is a game that has rich character development, challenging tactical gameplay, and incredibly satisfying story arcs. It's also super f***ing weird. So here are the top 5 weirdest things you can do in Fire Emblem.
All right, we got a lot to cover, so let's get right into it with number 5.
Fire Emblem Awakening was the first in the series with paid DLC, which is downloadable content if you don't know. These DLC featured side stories called Xenologues. Now, they ranged in importance to the overall story. One collection is a very sad and beautiful look at Lucina's doomed future. But the Scramble Pack, which contained the Harvest Scramble, Summer Scramble, and Hot Spring Scramble, are just full-blown fan service, with the main rewards being artwork and in-battle renders of characters in yukata, party hats, and skimpy swimsuits. Plus, there's some pretty thirsty dialogue.
This is just classic anime. There's always like the extra summer bonus pool episode, and they literally turned that into downloadable content for Fire Emblem because you just want to see everyone, including Frederick, in a nice
Listen,
swimsuit.
sometimes you gotta take a break from all the killing to go kill people on another battlefield, but with less clothing. All right. Number 4, Selective Breeding. Dating back to 1996 genealogy of the Holy War, a big part of the Fire Emblem series has been coupling up units and having them, make the babies. Child units inherit traits from both of their parents and can be very different depending on their parentage, which skills the player has chosen to pass on to the child units. Consequently, a big part of the strategy for conquering the latter half of many Fire Emblem games is straight up breeding super children. And let me tell you, you have not lived until you have a full roster of paired up Gale Force users in Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah, definitely don't pair them up because you love them and you think they're going to make a nice couple. Pair them up because their children will destroy enemies.
See, Jimmy, you get it. You get it.
I do.
Right.
Thanks, I get it.
All right, number 3, effed up marriage options. In Three Houses, the player character Byleth can marry Sothis and Rhea. Now, to clarify, Sothis is literally a disembodied voice inside of Byleth's head. So, weird choice for marriage.
Yeah, we're already up to a pretty weird setup here. A disembodied voice you can marry? Please tell me it doesn't get weirder.
You can marry your imaginary friend, but Jimmy, it does get weirder. There's a lot of weird pairings actually throughout the Fire Emblem series. Fire Emblem Fates is a mess. And speaking of Fire Emblem Fates, number 2, we have got face petting, which was a feature in Fire Emblem Fates. So yeah, that one was really weird. They actually changed this for the Western release of the game, though the animations that would happen when you did the face petting minigame are still present if you hang out with people in your private quarters. So in the Japanese version, you would interact with the units who you invited to come hang out with you by touching their face on the DS's touchscreen.
What is this? They're not Pokemon. These are real people.
Just like petting them. However, this is still a little bit, great graphic to be using here is this like dog boy. So he's, I guess, Pokemon adjacent. But in both versions, once you max out a bond with somebody and they become your spouse, you actually still can use sort of some vestiges of the face petting game, even in the Western release, where you can like tap their face or brush their hair or their shoulder or gently blow into the DS's microphone to wake them up.
Okay. This is clearly extremely upsetting and weird. But this number 1 on our list is actually probably the one that has gotten me the most, and I'm actually genuinely sad about it.
It is truly offensive. Number 1, brace yourselves. You can't pet the dog. Okay, listen, I love this series, but any game that gives you the option to pet human faces, but not dogs, pretty weird, right?
You even get like the tooltip icon on top of them. You can talk to the dog, but you can't pet it.
Yeah,
Come
and that was
on.
DLC, by the way. So originally in Fire Emblem Three Houses, you're running around Garrigmok Monastery, and there's all these cute dogs that are running around. Okay, technically it's only one dog sprite that's just repeated over and over and over again, but there's a lot of that one dog all over the monastery. And originally you couldn't even interact with the dog. You were just running past it. Now they did introduce a DLC where you can feed the dog, but you still can't pet the dog. Also really interesting to know, when you feed the dog, you do it with the intent of getting rewards, which are manifested in the form of like metals and stuff that you need for blacksmithing. So first of all, none of us asked to feed the dogs. We don't want the like feed and care part of taking care of animals. Come on, that's the worst part about dogs.
work.
We just want to pet them. Also, why are all of these animals eating metal?
Yeah, well, I'm glad they're not eating chocolate, I guess.
mean-
so as long as they can give me some components for my next sweet blacksmithing project, that's fine too. But you still can't pet them. What a travesty. Unbelievable.
Truly trash.
Actual unbelievable. How dare you, Fire Emblem?
Thanks.
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Exactly. I hate it.
And that is it for your guide to Fire Emblem, as well as your top 5 weird, strange things you can do in the game. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel. And don't forget, we got videos coming out every day, or most every day. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye. Congratulations. You've made it to the end of the video. You are truly the hero of the internet.
You also need to hit that subscribe button to fulfill your destiny, because how else are we going to recognize you for your efforts? Seriously.